Many years ago, in a small American frontier town, there stood a little red one-room schoolhouse at the edge of the woods. Children of all ages came there to learn reading, writing, and arithmetic all under one teacher's care, and that school was a boy named Tommy Griggs. He was the biggest, loudest child, and he liked nothing more than to pick on the smaller ones. He would snatch their lunch pails, trip them as they walked, and scribble mean notes on their slates. The other children were too afraid to stand up to him. Only Annie Mae, a quiet girl who loved to read, dared to look him in the eye. One day, she said softly, "Your meanness will come back to you." Tommy only laughed. One chilly October evening, the children stayed late to clean the classroom. The sun dipped behind the woods, and shadows stretched long across the floorboards. Suddenly, clang, clang, the old school bell rang all by itself in the tower above. The teacher froze. "That bell only rings," she whispered, "when the schoolhouse ghost is near. Long ago, a kind student studied here day and night. The ghost only appears when children forget their manners and kindness." Tommy puffed out his chest. "Ghosts aren't real. I'm not scared." But just then, the chalk lifted from the blackboard and scratched out glowing words: "Be kind, or be gone." The room grew cold, the oil lamps flickered, and papers flew into the air like frightened birds. That night, Tommy tried to act brave, but when he fell asleep, he dreamed the schoolhouse ghost came for him. Books chased him down the road, their pages flapping like wings. The bell rang in his ears, and the chalk scrawled across the sky, "Change your ways." Tommy woke up trembling, his bed sheets tangled like ropes. The next day at school, Tommy sat quietly. When Annie's pencil broke, he handed her his own. At lunchtime, instead of stealing, he shared half of his sandwich. The children watched in wonder as the bully who once scared them became a helper. From then on, Tommy never teased again. He grew to be one of the friendliest boys in town, and strangely enough, the schoolhouse bell never rang on its own after that. Some say the ghost returned to its rest, satisfied that the lesson of kindness had been learned. Parents told the story for generations, the schoolhouse ghost who scared a bully straight. And even now, in that little town, if you stand outside the old red schoolhouse on a windy October evening, you just might hear the faint ringing of a bell, reminding children everywhere to choose kindness over cruelty.